Look at this footage right here. That is an Israeli soldier on the ground, crawling, trying to escape a drone the size of a shoebox. He cannot jam it. He cannot shoot it down fast enough. He cannot call air support in time. And that drone, that little buzzing machine hunting him across open ground, cost less than a decent laptop. Now look at this. That right there is an Iron Dome battery, one of the most celebrated air defense systems on Earth. And that dot coming in from the bottom left of your screen, that is the last thing those soldiers saw before impact. In the last 72 hours, May 13th, 14th, and 15th, 2026, Hezbollah ran one of the most documented, most detailed, most precisely executed strike campaigns ever recorded on this border. And I am going to walk you through every single one, every target, every weapon, every second of footage they released. Buckle up. This is going to move fast. I am not going to spend 10 minutes explaining FPV drones. You are going to get 60 seconds, and that is all you need. FPV, first-person view. The operator wears a headset, sees through the drone's camera in real time, steers it like a video game. Except the target is real, and the warhead is a high-explosive anti-tank shaped charge. Now here is the modification that makes Hezbollah's version absolutely terrifying. Fiber optic cable, as thin as dental floss. It gradually unspools behind the drone as it flies, transmitting real-time high-definition video back to the operator. Because no wireless signal is being transmitted, the drone is completely immune to jamming, and its signal cannot be tracked for interception. Israel's billion-dollar electronic warfare systems, useless. Iron Dome, blind to it. Radar, can't see it. It flies low, it's made of fiberglass, and it has no heat signature. The only answer Israel has found so far? Fishing nets. As of May 14th, the IDF had deployed 158,000 square meters of mesh netting, equivalent to about 20 soccer fields, and was working on procuring another 188,000 square meters. 20 soccer fields of fishing net against a $400 drone. That is where we are. Now let's go through what that drone has been doing for the last 72 hours. Diplomats are preparing to fly to Washington for peace talks. Delegations are getting their talking points ready. And on the Lebanese border, Hezbollah is running operations. Multiple, simultaneous, on camera. We are talking about the border zone. Southern Lebanon. The towns you are going to hear me name tonight: Bint Jbeil, Rashaf, Deir Syrian, Kuza. These are active combat zones right now. Hezbollah ran what I can only describe as a full operational day. Not one strike, not two. A coordinated, multi-location, multi-weapon campaign that ran from morning through the evening. But here is what makes Rashaf significant. Hezbollah did not stop there. On the same day, in the same town, they also fired a guided missile at Israeli soldiers in Rashaf. One town, two strikes, two completely different weapons. That is not random. That is layered targeting. They are treating Rashaf like a zone of operations, not a one-time hit. Look at this machine. This is a D9 armored bulldozer. Military spec, built to operate in active combat zones. Demolish buildings, clear terrain, push through obstacles. One of the most heavily protected engineering vehicles on Earth. Hezbollah sent a $400 FPV drone at it. Direct hit. And after the strike, Israeli forces reportedly came in under heavy smoke cover to evacuate casualties. Smoke cover, because they knew the drones were still watching. Blat military site. This one is about intelligence as much as it is about firepower. The Blat site is newly established. Israeli forces had only recently set it up. And within days of it becoming operational, Hezbollah found it, mapped it, and hit it with a rocket barrage. How? This is how. Reconnaissance drones. $40 cameras in the sky transmitting live video. You do not need satellites anymore. You need a drone and a man with a headset. Troop concentration and vehicles hit simultaneously. One rocket salvo. Personnel and hardware in the same strike. That was the daytime operation. 5 locations, multiple weapons, all of it coordinated. And then evening came. This is the part that made Israeli military correspondents reach for words like nightmare. Hezbollah launched 2 waves that evening. First wave. 2 drones hit Israeli forces in southern Lebanon. 2 soldiers were wounded. 2 additional drones hit a site near the northern border, igniting fires. Israeli warplanes tried to intercept one. Got it. The others kept going. Several drones. Same target. Simultaneously. And here is the detail that stopped people cold. Israeli media reported the drones hovered above the site for several minutes, scanning, looking for the best angle to strike. One Israeli soldier described what he saw. Quote, "I saw 2 drones hit the target, and within 5 seconds, another was hovering between the buildings, searching for people." Between the buildings, searching for people. That is not an automated system. That is a human being sitting somewhere kilometers away, wearing a headset, watching live video, deciding in real time where to hit next. An Israeli security official described the problem himself. Quote, "Even if you intercept 2 or 3, others continue pursuing you. That is the swarm problem in one sentence. You cannot win a numbers game against something this cheap and this scalable." In Washington, for the first time in over 40 years, Israeli and Lebanese military delegations are sitting in the same room. Historic. Genuinely historic. And on the same morning, back at the border, a drone crossed a line that had not been crossed since the ceasefire began. Hezbollah was targeting a gathering of Israeli soldiers at this site near the Lebanese border. The drone hit a civilian parking lot instead. 4 civilians were wounded. One of them was critical and rushed immediately to surgery with shrapnel injuries and severe internal trauma. A second with moderate wounds. A third was lightly injured. All 4 were taken to Galilee Medical Center. No sirens sounded before this drone hit. The Iron Dome network, David's sling, the entire Israeli air defense architecture. None of it detected this drone before it struck a parking lot and put 3 people in the hospital. That was the first time since the ceasefire that Hezbollah projectiles directly injured civilians inside Israel. The political explosion was immediate. Opposition leaders attacked the government. The IDF was called out publicly. And in Washington, where the talks were happening at that exact moment, the news landed like a bomb in the negotiating room. Rocket barrage. Some intercepted, others hit open ground. No injuries, but sirens blared across the entire Galilee panhandle. And I want you to understand what that means, even without a casualty count. When sirens go off in northern Israel, schools close, businesses shut, thousands of people run to shelters, life stops. That psychological toll accumulates every single day this campaign continues. Hezbollah counts that too. Anti-tank warhead, direct hit on the cab. The occupants had no warning and no electronic countermeasure that could help them. 1 drone, 1 operator, sitting in a basement somewhere, watching a screen, pressing a button. Let me give you the 48-hour record, all of it publicly confirmed, all of it on camera. May 13th alone, Bint Jbeil, soldiers and vehicles, FPV drone, hit. Rashaf, military vehicle, FPV drone, hit. Rashaf again, soldiers, guided missile, hit. Deir Syrian, D9 armored bulldozer, FPV drone, hit. Blat site, newly established military base, rockets, hit. Kuza, troop and vehicle concentration, rockets, hit. Evening Wave 1, 2 soldiers wounded, multiple drones. Evening Wave 2, same target re-hit, drones hovering between buildings. Qiyam, military command center, drone strike, hit. May 14th, Rosh Hanikra, civilian parking lot. 3 civilians were wounded, 1 critical. Kiryat Shmona, rocket barrage. Sirens across the Galilee panhandle. Ras an Nakura, soldier gathering. FPV drone, hit. Tyre Harfa, Humvee, FPV drone hit. And Israel, with its Iron Dome, its David Sling, its Arrow system, its electronic warfare, its satellite intelligence, its billion-dollar defense budget, detected precisely 0 of those drones before they hit. Not one siren before Rosh Hanikra. Here is where things actually stand today, May 15th, 2026. Israeli Channel 12 reports that soldiers are facing dozens of explosive drones every single day. IDF commanders are describing the situation themselves as, quote, full-scale war. An IDF official acknowledged they have returned to, quote, a reality of mutual deterrence with Hezbollah. Mutual deterrence during a ceasefire. Hebrew media, Israeli media, called Hezbollah's FPV drones the military's nightmare. And an Israeli officer summed up exactly how this happened. Quote, the army knew about the developing threat and was still surprised by the precise use of the drones. They knew, they prepared, they were still surprised. The ceasefire expires Sunday. The Washington talks are ongoing. The drones are still flying. That is the story of this border right now. Not just what is being hit, but how completely the game has changed and how far behind one side still is. I will be back the moment anything breaks. Subscribe, share this, and drop your thoughts below, because this is the most serious military situation on Earth right now, and most people have no idea how bad it has gotten.